Hello.
They let everybody in here these days.
Oh, my gosh.
I remember when this used to be a prestigious event. You had to get credentials. They did background checks.
That's
Now
true.
Sharapan comes in here wearing 37 different colors, goes through 42 wardrobe changes a day like he's
right.
sharing these shows.
Pretty much.
What the hell are those sunglasses? You're lucky Matt likes you and lets you on air with those things.
I am not Sunny.
Tyreek Hill
I'm
gave
not
me
Sunny,
these.
by the way.
These are the Soul Runner line of sunglasses and clothing. Tyreek Hill. I happened to show up down on the strip for Pro Bowl week, going to look for something, and I run into a pop-up shop, the Tyreek Hill, and they're like, dude, what do you do? And all I was doing was wearing a hat.
The better question is, what was the answer? When he goes, what do you do? What do you tell him you do? I'm dying to know this, because we can tell your wife as well, and we'll see what she's got to say.
So she
Jessica would
thinks
be
I'm
like,
completely full of shit.
Yeah, well, she
absolutely.
Yeah,
that's
and
the truth.
she's right.
That's the God's honest truth.
Yeah,
so
I know.
respect her.
So that's fine. But I told him I do some media stuff, and I showed him the Twitter. You came up. You have all these followers. So he's like, you know him? I said, yes, and I know him, and I know him. They said, here's the glasses. Go wear them on Radio Row.
Wow.
So I got an endorsement deal, and I'm getting close.
Matt, did you know when you guys started this show that you were going to be sitting next to a social media influencer here? The next thing
I did not. The hat thing has morphed into a whole fucking different world.
The hat thing is a shtick, and I'm fine with that. I like that.
He went on MLB Network today looking like this.
Yeah.
With those glasses on.
They loved it. Billy Ripken couldn't stop.
We're on MLB Network.
Couldn't stop.
Right?
I'm telling you,
It's
he
the,
couldn't stop.
it's the degradation of sports media, right?
I
here,
know.
the embodiment.
Believe me, I'm the one doing it.
You know we're cutting.
What the fuck is he talking
You know
about?
we're cutting this off. If a
Why?
company calls up and they go, "Hey, Dave, we really want you to showcase our line of board shorts, and we're going to take you to a photo. We're going to take you to a photo
See my
shoot."
calves? I can do it from the lower
This
body
is-
down.
this-
That's
No,
all
no,
right.
no.
This is
It's loud.
unbelievable.
People just ask. I just say he likes to being loud. That's it. It's
I just can't help it. I can't help it.
poor
I've been
wife.
trapped in sports books for 20-plus years doing this shit, and now we can come out and talk about it and
No.
tell the stories about where we've been.
No, that's fair. And I will just say one thing. I mean, when you're in that sports book culture, you got to wear a suit and you got to wear a tie. You have to wear, relatively bland colors because everybody is cookie cutter in terms of the way that they go about it. So if this is how you're choosing to express yourself as you go through this midlife crisis or whatever you call it, then
he's so good.
I
He
guess-
is one of the best of
I
all time.
I guess
I'm dropping it in.
I guess we just all play along with all of it. If you get the dagger in, Matt, you're definitely going to twist it. You're just not putting it in and pulling it out. You put it in and you twist and turn.
We went around to sports books here in Phoenix, and I think Dave wants me to see it because sometimes we forget who we're talking to. Because in Vegas we get such a rush about the books being filled, or like a circus sports sized book, right?
You go roll a bowling ball through most of these books, huh?
Oh my! We saw a book last night that was in the corner. There were two people working at it.
Those are the books
It
you
was the
grew up
old
working.
Lord- I was going to say it was the old Leroy's at Golden Gate.
yeah.
You remember that one in the corner?
I
There was
asked-
two windows.
Did they at least have
And
the LED boards?
They
or they
did.
Had,
They
okay.
did. They had LED boards.
I said,
but
how many bets do you take a day over the counter? She said 50.
50.
5-0.
5-0.
Which is
Total.
still 45 more than they used to take at the Tropicana book in their league. So, I mean, they're working a little bit, but no, we did a live remote at a book that's a partner for one of the media entities that I work for, and we did it on an off night. And people were angry that we were doing this kind of thing and talking because we were interrupting their dinner.
Oh, my
It's a
gosh.
sports book
See,
/
that's what I
restaurant.
mean. That's real, though.
But I get it. And you know what? We had fun with it as things went on. And look, it was around a sporting event. It was adjacent to a major venue here in town. And, when those games are going, it's going to be a lively atmosphere. But for a Thursday night football game, even one that involved a local team, it wasn't a must-stop destination by any stretch of the imagination. You don't get that foot traffic that you otherwise would. And we've talked about it. Like, if you're running a book out at, the Washington Commander Stadium, how busy is that book going to be other than when you build the church on Easter Sunday?
Well, it's true because we went down to the book, and, well, I'll leave it nameless, but at the ballpark here.
Yeah.
Walked in. There were like 3 people in there, and then he had a backpack, and they said, you can't come in. We were like, okay.
Well, you are a security threat dressed like that.
I mean, I know.
You're a
I
full-blown
know. I
security
didn't have
risk
this
here.
on, but I had the backpack, and he's like, sir, you can't bring that in. And I'm like, I would like to come in and show them the bets. And he's like, you can't come in with a backpack. And we left.
Yeah, well, it's
just a different type of vibe.
But this is also why, like we've talked about, I'm sure you guys have on your show as well, ticket writers are going to be an obsolete position over the next couple of years. And this is unfortunately
100%.
the way we're going.
Yep.
Because if I'm an operator and I have somebody writing 50 bets, I put a kiosk in there
Right. Why?
and go from
That's
there.
it.
And
Why?
you know what? It's the most convenient way to say, we don't want to take limit bets. on the kiosk, we're only going to take 200.
Bad
We're only
for
going
the
to take.
industry.
I didn't
though,
say
right?
it. I didn't say it wasn't,
God.
but that's the fastest way to try and do it. If you don't put a card in, here's what you're going to be limited to, and that's why you have guys going out jamming the kiosks at 3 a.m.
We saw a digital craps table last night, and Dave, I had seen it at G2E.
Have you ever seen this?
Yeah, we saw it at G2E. They used
Yeah.
to roll it out. Even back when I was at Caesars, they would roll out all the different products. They would take us through the explanation and say, hey, look, this is going to be what comes in this jurisdiction. This is what's coming here. And it was fascinating, but I just never understood the appeal. Now I see it everywhere.
Well, he hadn't seen it. He hadn't played it, but his first reaction was, they've killed 3 jobs.
There was no box guy,
Yeah.
and there's no 2 guys. There's one stick guy.
One
that's
stick,
it.
That's it.
Not only are you saving money from a labor standpoint, you're able to churn a lot faster as well.
And track.
Exactly. There's nothing getting missed there.
No.
There were no chips, Todd.
No, it's all digital. I can't
Put
even
money in the thing and touch the screen.
Over and over again.
I can't even keep up with what's going on, but my eyesight's going, so I can't take shots at Dave much anymore.
I can't wait to get on the ice and just shoot
Oh,
one
no
puck over your
chance.
shoulder.
And the reason,
Again,
not-
we're still doing this?
no
Again?
chance.
Yes.
First off, no chance that's happening.
I'm taking Todd.
And the reason, I don't know about that.
No,
Trust me, I love to bet on myself, but I might not bet on myself there.
Shelf
No,
right
we went to Dave and Buster's in Summerlin
Yeah.
last week, and
Yep.
first off, I walk around and the oldest guy in there, it's like kids' birthday parties and everything else. Thankfully, I wasn't there by myself. That would be more embarrassing. But, my fiance is 10 years younger, so we play air hockey, and I told her after
Humble
we played.
brag.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
She's from Pittsburgh.
she's
though.
lovely. Hopefully
she's
not,
from Pittsburgh.
Hopefully she's not out there listening.
And a
She's
Steeler fan.
She's lovely. We play air hockey, and I go, I can't track the puck. And that's when I went,
Oh.
I'm getting old as shit here.
So
Like
all
watching a
these
yellow puck,
fucking-
being able to
it's
try and
always
track it.
looking at these
100%.
screens.
Yeah.
Watching updates, looking for key alerts, because there's
That's it.
nothing that's more important for us trying to figure out when a second teamer for UNC Wilmington is not going to be available on a Tuesday night.
He had me bet. I'm betting Youngstown State tonight. He has me betting on.
He said, "What do you do
Penguins.
on a Friday
It's not-
night?" He's aggravated because the NBA is unbettable.
It's unbettable.
It's
Oh,
hard.
I don't even follow it these days.
Right?
I'll
Well,
watch in the
that's-
playoffs.
That's
I'm
impossible.
an NHL guy, and Fridays are quiet for the NHL. So
He's become a huge hockey guy.
Attaboy.
The consistency of the NHL, especially the good teams, has been exceptional this year.
The
Is that
players are at least out there for the
Right.
most part. Last night, a rare exception, but when Cale Makar's missing a game or Jack Hughes, it's not because of load management.
Right.
It's because the dude got concussed because he caught a flying elbow skating
Right.
across the middle. But
But
that's
like you're a Bergeron. We're talking about Bergeron got hit in the face with a puck.
oh,
Okay.
hockey players are caught from a different cloth.
He missed 2 shifts and played the next night.
I mean, I can show you a scar on my hand. This is Division III hockey. I took off my blocker to try and grab a puck that was in the crease.
Ow.
My defenseman steps on my hand. Thankfully, it missed the webbing, so I didn't have any nerve damage or anything else. About 7 minutes to go. I go in, stitch me up, and this is, again, Division III hockey. We're not talking top-tier plastic surgeons by any stretch. Stitch me up. At the first whistle in the third period, I'm back out there. I couldn't play the next day real well because I could barely hold my stick because my hand blew up like a sausage. But, yeah, I mean, you can see it right there, the skate right in the webbing.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Oh,
Right in
goodness
there.
gracious.
You know, it's a different level. I mean, to try and go out there. And,
And but it makes it more, one, hockey's really fun to bet, but 2, it's just that consistency of the play where you have numbers and you have trends and you have stats. You can trust it. The NBA, you can't trust it.
It's a different handicap, too. And that's part of the reason, like, I never had a ton of success with baseball because I never got into the daily grind.
Yeah.
But it's the volatility. And you have to tell people that are doing it for the first time that, look, you're going to get goalied at some point. You're going to have a team that's got a 92% win probability, wins the shot battle with a plus 30 differential, and you're going to lose the game 1-0.
Or 2-1.
And it's why, I respect guys that bet purely off of models that want to lay big favorites in the NHL. It's just something I won't do for just that reason. Yeah, I could make a game and I realize, hey, look, if I lay $2, there's still value if I make the game $2.80. I just don't want any part of it. I don't need some of that factoring in. It's why I spend a lot more time with totals, which are also fun to sweat when a team pulls a goalie with 6.5 minutes to go.
Yep, and that's happening more and more, and those are the frustrations. All right, for this game on Sunday, how do you approach it?
I told you guys I had 6 minutes. You guys got me on here for like 2.5 hours.
No, we're done. Last question. Last question.
I'm Boston Balls. You guys are family. And I think I still owe both of you lunch somewhere along the way.
At some
so.
point, yeah, we got to have
You ain't getting it today at the convention
No,
center.
I
I can't afford these prices.
Hell no. Holy
I can't afford this.
I know.
It was $30 for 3 Gatorades and a bag of chips.
Yeah, they're getting everybody.
$30.
You know what? Apparently, media pays better than we thought. I'm still waiting for my payday.
I know, right?
But,
Exactly.
it is what it is.
What
Give
that?
us the Super Bowl.
Sunday. What do you
Ask
like?
him.
31-23, Kansas City. It
Wow.
does come with the caveat that I have
Wow.
not bet the
Okay.
side,
Okay.
and I have not
Right.
bet the full game total. So I played the first half over. 24 was my cap. 24 and a
Yep.
half. It's a slightly different handicap there.
Yep.
And for me, I wasn't quick enough on the trigger to grab Kansas City, even on a cheap buy. Yep, +3 like I should have. But the more I've dug into the game, it obviously feels like a coin flip, and people look, you guys know. You go, well, you got the underdog winning by 8 points. I go, doesn't mean I necessarily see value. I can see multiple paths for how the game goes. The biggest question, though, that I have in the handicap and what I keep coming back to, I'm not buying Philadelphia's defense just yet. These words may come back to haunt me Sunday afternoon, but when I look at the strength of schedule, I look at the opposing quarterbacks they've played, it leaves a little bit to be desired. I give an Andy Reid multiple weeks to figure this out. But from a football fan standpoint, it's as fascinating a game as I can remember, not just because what we're going to see on the field, but because I think there's a lot of general managers around the league that are watching going, do I want to invest in a franchise quarterback and pay him whatever he wants and fill my roster out with other players that I don't have to have a Tyreek Hill, I don't have to have a receiver making $20 million, or is my best path to success having a quarterback on a rookie deal who can do the things that are asked of him, and I surround him with superstars at every other position. So, I mean, we talk about it all the time.
I like it.
You're a Steelers fan, and you're about to get stuck in NFL purgatory because you'll figure out what you got in Kenny Pickett one way or another, but you better be on the top of the heap or at the bottom.
What are we talking about the Steelers?
Well, the Patriots are there right now.
Yeah, exactly.
With Mac Jones is exactly where they are. They have a quarterback.
Patriots.
That's where they are. I mean,
Don't just pick on Steelers.
he was a Pro Bowl quarterback in year one, took a massive step backwards in year two. The offense.
That's the situation, though, the Patriots created for themselves.
Correct.
Like, let's not
Yes.
let Matt Patricia come in there and start calling plays.
Correct.
But
But Bill O'Brien coming back, we'll see what that looks like when they come on back. But they only have 2 years left on that rookie deal to figure that out. Is he the guy? Is Mac the guy? Do you pay him the 5th year on the deal or not?
Exactly. And my whole take is, unless you know you have the guy,
Yeah.
draft a quarterback every year. I
Right.
don't care if it's a first round, second round, third round, fourth round. Keep drafting quarterbacks until you find your guy.
Wow.
And whether
I
it's
like
Tom,
that.
whether it's Tom Brady, whether it's
You're like
Jake
the only
Hayner,
person ever say that.
whether
No,
it's Malik
teams do that.
Willis. I mean, you have to think outside the box
The
and go,
Niners did that.
admit you're wrong. Hey, I drafted a guy. I'm wrong. I'm done. The
Nin-
same way we all went
yeah.
about dating back in the day. One date, you're out.
Niners did
Last
that.
question for me. The Bruins going to win the cup? Say no.
No.
Who is then?
I mean, do you trust? If I'm going into a best-of-7 series,
Yep.
you want to back Andre Vasilevsky, you want to back Linus Ullmark in the
Ullmark.
Eastern Conference semifinals.
Allmark.
He's all,
All right.
in on these Bruins.
He's all in.
Vasilevsky's
Hey,
been,
look,
Vasilevsky's given up a bunch of goals. I think he's given up 5 goals 2 times in games this year.
And when the calendar flips to April, he's a different guy because he's
but
wired
the
differently.
Bruins have
Goalie.
four lines.
Goalie, recognized goalie.
No, they are running
4
deep.
lines.
I like what they have on the blue line. Look, I mean, McAvoy and Hampus
so
Lindholm
good,
are
dude.
as hell of
They're
a
so
pairing that
good.
you're going to find, and they can run through. But again, we've seen it in the NHL, and the Bruins are wired a little bit differently. I don't like when teams run away and can hide. You still want them playing meaningful hockey that's there.
Yeah.
The problem for the whole Atlantic Division, like, we can wave the white flag now. Boston's finishing 1.
Right.
Toronto's going to finish 2. Tampa's going to finish 3.
Right. Yep.
And Tampa's going to get last laugh. They go, we don't care if we have home ice. We'll play you on the moon. If you're the Maple Leafs, we know we're going to beat you one way or another.
That's true. Yes,
But-
that's true.
And look,
Sorry, Toronto
That's
people.
true.
He's right again.
I mean, I got a piece of the Bruins at a good number, but it's not something that I'm
Right.
necessarily making a case for them now. What I think is going to be fascinating to watch is the West.
them
Amen.
over
Yeah.
them over Edmonton right now is 50-1
Yeah.
on the exacta price. Boston over Edmonton. Boston over some other teams
Dallas.
in the West. Like 35-1. There's some interesting things in the West.
I'm convinced that you're going to get some of these books to start hockey quinellas, that I get Boston, Edmonton, just get them to the finals together. I don't need to add the winner on top of it. You try to do is jack this theoretical hold through the roof for all your compatriots behind the counter here looking for bonuses.
I'm just saying.
No, the West will be fun, and I think that's, the playoff race at the back of the East will be entertaining as hell for the next 30 games, and the West will be wide open to see which of these teams make moves. So
Penguins aren't making the playoffs, huh?
I think they still get in.
Do you really?
I think they'll find a way once Tristan Jarry
Are you
comes
just
back.
pandering to me, or do you really think they will?
When have I ever pandered to you?
You never have. I just wanted to make sure on the record.
I may pander to my wife that's a Penguins fan. But I'm not gonna pander to you.
Oh, good. I
over here.
feel better. Do
I
you
think they'll
the
find a way.
goaltending Sucks.
Well, Tristan Jarry hasn't been healthy.
True.
The bigger problem is the contract extension they gave to Jeff Carter. I mean, you guys have 6 guys on your forward groupings playing on your third and fourth lines that might be able to get regular burn for a Henderson Silver Knights. So
It's not good. Not good at
not
all.
the best
Todd,
state of affairs.
give folks
Later.
where can they
Well-
get your podcast? Where can they get your content? And you're starting to
So-
do
Which
one,
we've
too.
had 3 people sit down and mention your podcast on this show this week.
Yes.
You guys,
Swear to God,
you guys,
Bet the Board,
you
it's
guys
been
need
great.
you guys need guests with better judgment.
I know.
Bet the
We like
Board,
it a lot.
Bet the Board podcast is the best place to find it. You can actually, it's part of the Amazon and Wondery podcast network now, so you can find it there.
Excellent.
Trying to do things a little bit bigger and better than we have before, but all your favorite podcast platforms that are there. CBS Sports HQ, if you're looking for more Super Bowl coverage, later today we'll be out at Hants Park, and then we'll do a bunch of content tomorrow, long prop show,
Nice.
and then Sunday pregame, and actually started a new little project earlier
Hockey?
this week, hockey.
Congratulations.
So a little-
Lauren is a friend of ours.
That's
Yeah.
friend of the show.
Yeah.
I won't
Yeah.
tell her what she
Yeah.
really said about you, Dave. She goes, you know that Dave Sharapan? No, Lauren's
She-
been great to
she's
work with.
Oh,
One of the
okay.
hardest working
Yeah.
people, and I can see that already. But looking forward to that Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Can't wait to
Talk-
watch
Talk,
it.
talk a little puck.
With Lauren Bajari. Good stuff. Thank you for coming by. We owe you. Thank
Hey,
you.
a
brother.
pleasure. You guys
Great
don't owe
seeing
me
you.
anything. Thank you for everything you
Thank
guys
you.
are doing, and thank you for doing the Lord's work. Because you got to put up with this shit every
It's
day.
all fun,
Every
man. Day.
damn day.
Every
It's
day.
unbelievable.
We
this,
do it.
This
Yes.
jacket is something special.
It really is.
This jacket is
But
something
Dave is
special.
too, so it's all good. We're all
So
good.
enjoy the rest of the time here, guys. You
You too,
guys
man.
here
Brother.
through Sunday, or
I leave the second this show is over. We
Are
pack
you?
up. I get the hell out of Dodge.
I'll text you.
Yeah, he's
I'll
around.
find you
Lucky-
later.
He's around.
Lucky me. We're gonna
Yeah,
block the
I'll
number right
find
before I
you
get
later.
off air. We're
See
gonna
you,
block the
mother.
number. So-
I'm going home.
All right, boys. Have
Later,
fun.
man.
See you.
Appreciate it.